Good evening. My name is Julfikar Hasnain, and in this video, I am going to show you how to solve listening part 1 questions in the exam hall. This is Cambridge 17 part 1. When you get the question paper, the first thing you've got to do is to pay attention to instruction. So if you can understand instruction, you will be able to get a good score. And if you do not follow, or if you violate the instructions, even if you're very good at listening, you might lose points. Okay, so what is instructions? In the exam hall, when you get the question paper, after part 1, questions 1 to 10, here you get 3 lines. This is the instruction part. The first part indicates the number of questions. So there are 4 questions in this part of the first part questions. And the second one is the type of questions. Complete the notes below. That means it's notes gap fill. The notes, the type of question is notes gap fill. And the third part is very important. Write one word and or a number for each answer. One word and or a number. So one word and or a number, it means you can use in total 2 items as answer. In total 2 items. One is word and the other is number. Word plus number. One word and or a number means you can write one word and one number in total. For example, 2 is a number, months is a word, 3 is a number, goals is a word. So in total, 2 items will be accepted as answers. Okay. So we come to know about the instruction. We are going to deal with 4 questions, and the questions are notes gap fill, and as answers we need to use at most 2 items with one number and one word. You can also put answers as one word or one number. Okay. Now next is prediction. When you get the question in each part, almost in each part of the question, you'll find the title like this. When you read the title, you need to predict. You need to predict who is going to talk. I mean, who are the speakers? Who are the speakers? This is one thing. And another thing you need to predict is what is the topic? What is the topic? On what topic they are going to talk? So it says Buckworth Conservation Group. So conservation group is something about conserving, preserving, saving, protecting. So it's a group. They will be protecting or they will be conserving something. So it says Buckworth Conservation Group. From these 2, instruction and prediction, now we understand that we are going to deal with 4 questions that are note gap fill, and we need to fill out these gaps with 2 items, being one word and one number. And the questions are going to be relating to some discussions or some conversations of 2 people. That people are relating to conservation group, preservation or saving something, protecting animals, natures, or something like that. All right. And after that, number 3 is analysis and highlights. This is very, very important strategy. Before you actually hear the audio, you will be given 1 minute time. Within this 1 minute time, you will have to analyze the questions. So here, after the subheadings, regular activities. What are the regular activities? They say on the beach. So one bullet item is making sure the beach does not have something on it. So which means you are not allowed to throw something or put something on the beach. And second thing is know something. That means something is not allowed. So regarding beach, you need to identify 2 things. One thing is not expected to be on the beach, which means you need to always clean it or remove it. And another thing is to know something, that means should not be allowed, should not be taken to, should be away from the beach. Okay, so 2 questions. And the second subheading is nature reserve, maintaining paths, nesting boxes for the birds installed. Next task is taking action to attract somebody or something to the place, because its nature is most probably some animals or some birds or some insects, pests, things like this. And identifying types of something. Identifying types of something, building a new something. Right, but it says questions 1 to 4. I think it might be 1 to 5. So there are 5 questions. In the first questions, what is not expected on the beach? What should not be allowed on the beach? And the third question is, next task is taking action to attract something to the place. What is attracted to the place? And they're taking an action, they're taking preparation. So there's something, some animals or some insects are attracted. We need to find what is being attracted to the place. The action is for what is being attracted. Okay. Next, identifying types of something. What needs to be identified? The next, building a new something. So building or making or constructing or erecting what? That is completely new. All right. So up to this, we come to know about the instruction. From the instruction, we know there are actually 5 questions, and all these 5 questions are note gap fill. And in these gaps, we can expect 2 items as best as answer, 1 word and 1 number. And as we analyze, we come to know that the first part, something should not be on the beach. And the first one regarding the beach, something should not be on the beach. Second one is something should not be allowed on the beach. The third thing is taking action to attract some animals or insects or birds. The fourth is identifying something, the types of something. And the fifth is making, constructing, or building a new something. Now, as we have remembered, or we have taken the key points in our head, now we will listen to the audio very carefully. And when you listen to audio, you should listen for the meaning so that you can get the answer to the question. So let's start. Okay.
Published by Cambridge University Press and IELTS 17. Published by Cambridge University Press and Assessment 2022. This recording is copyright. Test 1. This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 parts. At the end of the test, you will be given 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answer sheet. Now turn to Part 1. Part 1. You will hear a woman called Jan phoning a man about their local conservation group. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Hello?
Oh, hello. My name's Jan. Are you the right person to talk about the Buckworth Conservation Group?
Yes, I'm Peter. I'm the secretary.
Good. I've just moved to this area and I'm interested in getting involved. I was in a similar group where I used to live. Could you
So she's talking to the secretary and she's interested in joining the group.
tell me something about your activities, please?
Of course.
Tell me something about your activities, please. So because she's asking about the activities, now we need to be more careful because now they will be talking about, the secretary will be talking about the activities and we get the information about the beach and nature reserve.
Of course. Well, we have a mixture of regular activities and special events. One of the regular ones is trying to keep the beach free of litter.
One of these is trying to keep the beach free of litter. Listen again.
Now, children are welcome.
Right. Is it okay to take dogs?
I'm afraid not, as they're banned from the beach itself. You can take...
Please.
Of course. Well, we have a mixture of regular activities and special events. One of the regular ones is trying to keep the beach free of litter.
Is trying to keep the beach free of litter. Trying to keep the beach free of litter. Free of litter. Litter means garbage. Trying to keep the beach free. That means making sure the beach does not have litter on it. So the first answer should be litter.
A few of us spend a couple of hours a month on it, and it's awful how much there is to clear. I wish people would be more responsible and take it home with them.
I wish people would be more responsible and take it with them. So he wants that people do not put litter here and there, rather take the litter with them home. So the answer will be litter. Next.
Totally agree. I'd be happy to help with that. Is it okay to take dogs?
Is it okay to keep dogs? Is it okay to keep dogs? It means, are dogs allowed?
Afraid not, as they're banned from the beach itself.
I'm afraid not, as they are banned from the beach. As they are banned. I'm afraid not. That means dogs are not allowed. So number 2 will be dog.
You can take them along the cliffs, though, and children are welcome.
Right.
We also manage a nature reserve.
We also manage a nature reserve. So they're talking about nature reserve now.
and there's a lot to do there all year round. For example, because it's a popular place to visit, we spend a lot of time looking after the paths.
We spend a lot of time looking after the paths. Looking after the paths means maintaining the paths. So, okay, it's done. Next.
And making sure they're in good condition for walking.
They are in good condition for walking.
I could certainly help with that.
Good.
I could certainly help with that. She's happy. She's also interested to help.
Good. And we have a program of creating new habitats there. We've just finished making
New program of making new habitats. Habitats means place to live. Okay. It could be about animals or humans.
and installing nesting boxes for birds to use. And next, we're going to... There's a lot to do there all year round. For example, because it's a popular place to visit, we spend a lot of time looking after the paths and making sure they're in good condition for walking.
I could certainly help with that.
Good. And we have a program of creating new habitats there. We've just finished making and installing nesting boxes for birds.
Making and installing nesting boxes. So making and installing nesting boxes is done. So 2 points, 2 bullet points are already mentioned, and the next is our answer. So be careful.
Birds to use. And next, we're going to work on encouraging insects.
Next, we are going to work on encouraging insects. We are going to work on encouraging insects. So next task is taking action to attract insects to the place. Question number 3, the answer for question number 3 will be insects.
They're important for the biodiversity of the reserve.
They certainly are.
Oh, and we're also running a project to identify the different species of butterflies.
To identify the different species, species means types. Different species means different types. Species of butterflies. So your answer will be B-U-T-T-E-R, butter, F-L-I-S, butterflies. So question number 4, the answer for question number 4 will be butterflies.
That visit the reserve. You might be interested in taking part in that.
Sure. I was involved in something similar where I used to live.
I was involved in something similar where I used to live. That means she has previous experience on it.
Counting all the species of moths. I'd enjoy that.
Another job we're doing at the reserve is replacing the wall on the southern side.
Is replacing a wall on the southern side. Replacing a wall. They are going to replace a wall. Replacing a wall on the southern side. So how are they going to replace? Listen again.
Between the parking area and our woodshed. It was badly damaged in a storm last month.
It was badly damaged in the storm last month.
Okay.
So, listen.
Before you hear the rest,
Is it okay to take dogs?
I'm afraid not, as they're banned from the beach itself. You can take them. A job we're doing at the reserve is replacing the wall on the southern side, between the parking area and our woodshed. It was badly damaged in a storm last month.
Okay.
It was badly damaged. It was badly damaged. It was means the wall was badly damaged. The wall was badly damaged. So if something is badly damaged, you need to build a new one. So if you replace, it means you actually build a new wall here. So the answer will be wall. All right, so we got the answers. Number 1 is leader. Number 2 is insects. Number 3 is butterflies. Number 4 is wall. Sorry, number 1 is litter. Number 2 is dog. Number 3 is insects. Number 4 is butterflies. And number 5 is wall. Okay, we will be posting videos on the solution of all the listening parts of the Cambridge 17, one by one, step by step. Okay, stay with us. Good luck. Love is.